Well, I heard the thong song clearly.
You got thongs on your mind.
Hey.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Thaleisha, and welcome to the Binge Box, where we share our thoughts on TV shows, friendships, relationships, and everything in between.
Join us as we binge on all the good stuff life has to offer. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell button. If you're one of our return viewers, we appreciate all the love. We appreciate all the support. On today's episode, we're going to be reviewing Loveisblind, Season 7, Episode 3. Let's dive right into it.
Episode 3 starts off with Taylor and Garrett finally meeting. It looks like they're both attracted to each other, and he proposes immediately. Yeah,
he dropped to his knee off rip.
So I'm like, okay, maybe he is attracted to her. Even though we knew the white girls is his vibe, he's like, yeah, she's cute, which she is.
Yeah. But I think it's also just the connection. It took long enough where they actually built an emotional connection. So I feel like that white girl thing came out of his head because he really, really understands her and knows her now and loves her.
Right. She mentions that her mother is Japanese now and finally tells us her name is Fong. Fong, which rhymes with thong. Shout out to her. That's what she said.
She said it rhymes with song.
No, she said thong.
She said it was song with the F. I ain't heard thong.
Oh, really? Well, yeah. I heard the thong song clearly.
You got thongs on your mind.
But yeah, I definitely heard thong. Anyway, they were a little bit awkward, but
I think it was nerves.
Yeah. Next we have Bowden and Ram. They say that both of their number one girls is Marissa. She's the top pick. She mentions being in love or having been in love one time. And Bowden said that he was in love 2 times. And, you know, it was honestly surprising, actually, that she said one time, considering that she's in the military. Both of them. Well, is Bowden in the military? Both of them. So, yeah, because usually they be in love like every other day.
But I think she's been in love more than one time. Because the way she says she's been in love one time, but when you watch it, she's like, how many times have you been in love? She's like,
She started counting her relationships, but she's like, how much? But I get that at the same time, because it's like, you can love somebody, but when you realize after the fact, or like you're being a little bit more like retrospective after, and like looking at the whole picture, you're like, yeah, that wasn't really love. I was like, I love this person, I care for this person, but being in love is a different thing.
I agree with everything you're saying. But I do also feel like it was one of those things where I don't want to say I was in love 7 times to this man. Yeah. She's going to be like, oh, no.
Oh, she's crazy. She's a psycho.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
But that's what I was saying. Surprisingly, because they're both in the military, you expect them to be like, 5 times, 10 times. Like, relax.
Nah.
But, yeah. Okay.
So, after Marissa speaks to Bowden, she speaks to Ramses. And you could just tell that Ramses and Bowden that they like the same girl in 2 different ways. Because Bowden, when he spoke to her, he was like, yo, like, Ramsey's my boy. We got so much in common. Like, it makes sense why you like both of us. Like, that's my guy. And he was like, yo, it's not going to be one of those, I'm going to let him have you. Like, it's a competition, but we mans at the end of the day. When Ramses finally spoke to her, Ramses was just on some, I don't really like that. Like, it's me or him. So you could see the opposites in them.
Yeah.
Like, they both just they took it in 2 different ways that they like the same girl. Shout out. R. Kelly.
No shout out. No shout outs to them. Thanks. We have Alex and Tim. They're talking about golfing, their fathers, growing up. They're really connecting, like really getting to know each other. Finally. He says he's worried that they won't have fun because things have been so freaking deep with them that there hasn't been any fun in it. So them like playing games, asking a little more questions leads to the more fun side of things for him. So who knows?
About damn time.
That. Because y'all was weighing us down, babe.
Enough for the dead people, man.
After them, we have Tyler and Ashley. It's actually Tyler's birthday. She surprised him with some cheesecake and some balloons and a love letter. It was really sweet. Like, she just expressed all of her emotions to him. They kind of broke down, and then he actually ends up proposing to her.
On his birthday.
They'll
never forget.
Right. It was very sweet. I feel like I love them too. Like, they're just perfectly made for each other. Again, waiting for something bad to happen, but like, I don't know. They seem too perfect for each other.
Episode 3, they're perfect for each other.
Right. So we cut to the pods, And the pod squad is having a conversation with Leo. One of the guys, I don't know who it was, but he's telling him about Hannah and how, like, she might be a little superficial. She doesn't want somebody that's short. Because once he told her that he was 5'8", she cut him off. And, like, she was like, yeah, I'm good off of that, little man.
Yeah. But we knew that already as the audience. We said this in our Meet the Cast video.
Yeah.
When her first thing was she wants an attractive tall man, was like, she's going to be superficial. And it's based on the things she said. But the crazy thing to me is that she's very insecure. She talks about her weight. She talks about this. She talks about that. For you to be out here judging Mandem,
it's crazy.
Crazy.
But hey, whatever. Next we have Leo and Brittany. She wants him to make up his mind. She doesn't feel emotionally secure, and she starts spazzing out. She kind of has a little tantrum because she don't want to be second fiddle. Like, she just wants to be chosen, and Leo's not giving her that reassurance. And Leo is still unsure, and I don't blame him because at the end of the day, y'all don't have no real connection for him to really even. I don't feel like he has a real connection with either of them. So he really just needs to, like, leave both of them alone. But hey,
he needs to go spend his money and go do something else.
Literally. He claims that he would love Hannah no matter how she looks, but I don't believe that at all. Yeah, because you telling me that you would love her if she's a 500-pound woman. Like, what are we really even talking about right now?
I hate conversations like that.
Stop.
I hate when people say that. Would you love me if I was a skunk? No.
I
don't like skunks.
Actually,
you're not a person.
I'm not into bestiality. Sorry.
But people love to say that. Would you love me if I became a chair in the morning? What, man? Leave me alone. That's the type of stuff. That's the type of stuff your wife or your girl asks you when you half asleep. Like, let me go back to sleep, man.
Literally. We cut to Nick D. He mentions that he was actually depressed after leaving football and transitioning into the real world. Hannah talks about, like, feeling a little bit self-conscious, I guess, about some of the things that he said. So, I don't know. This was, like, a weird moment. You kind of get, like, his deeper side. Because once somebody tells you that they've been depressed, and you could understand being an athlete and, like, being out of that and wanting to, like, be a real guy. Yeah, it's like, now I got to figure my life out outside of this, how depressing that could be. But it's, like, still, again, they're both so superficial that I don't know. It's hard to look.
Yeah, it's weird because, like, he did talk a lot about, like, physical stuff, like bikinis and bodies and stuff, and she had mentioned literally her story where she used to be a big girl growing up, like her parents had to put locks on the cabinet so she wouldn't eat, which is crazy, not gonna lie. She also mentioned after COVID she gained a lot of weight, which I feel like a lot of society did. Locked in the crib, eat all day. So she lost, I think, 40 pounds coming into this year. So it makes her a little bit body conscious. So all the bikini stuff he was saying didn't make her feel away. But I feel like they came to a conclusion, like he apologized. And he starts to get deeper. And I feel like a lot of that was just, I don't really know you yet, but I know you now. Yeah. So I don't care who you are.
Right. Absolutely. Then we have Steven and Monica. He tells the pod squad that he's actually in love with her.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got there, but hey, they need to just start giving us more, like, context because some of these things just are so confusing when we see it. Obviously, they've been connecting, but we don't get enough of it to know, like,
and it makes
where are these feelings coming from?
It makes us question all of them. And sometimes they could went on a million dates, but if you only see one, we can only go based on that one. And I guess we just got to blame editing on that. Yeah. Because even sometimes when we see them meet in the pod for the first time, but it's the first time for us. But they were gonna spot like, yo, Taleisha, what's good? I ain't told you yesterday. I'm like, oh, I thought this was your first time having a conversation. But clearly, I've been going on dates for months. Right.
So next we have Tyler and Ashley finally meeting up. They seem like they really feeling each other. Like that's gonna be it for them. The honeymoon. They getting it in. Day one.
She gonna wear that thong like Taylor Moms.
Off rip, they getting it in.
They kiss immediately, and it's really cute. And one thing she did that I liked, she had lip gloss on. She kissed me as a guy. You know, you kiss a woman, she got lip gloss on. It's like it's a little sticky. I don't want to have lip gloss on my lips. She wiped it off immediately, and I was just like, yo, that's a good woman.
That's a good woman.
That's a good woman right there. But they just look really good together. He was emotional, like always. But she likes it. She said she loves how emotional she is. He is. I don't know if she really likes how emotional he is.
We'll see. You'll only see when it starts to play out.
Yeah.
But yeah, for now, she likes it. She loves it.
They look good together.
Yeah.
That's. I think that's our couple for this season.
That's our mom and dad?
Nah, yeah, it's weird. He has the same name as me. It would be cool if he didn't have my name, but it's not. It's weird now.
You could be a junior.
I'm not a junior.
Oh, Jesus. No okay. Anyway. Next we have Nick telling Hannah that he's in love with her. She says she feels the same.
Yeah.
Leo wants to tell both girls that he's considering a ring or like questioning a ring, trying to figure out a little bit more. And those conversations kind of goes backwards because it's just like, why are you even having these conversations with both of these women? But hey.
Didn't make no sense. And Brittany clocked it. Brittany was like, yo.
Yeah, immediately no.
Because he was like, he either wants to do it with both of them or none of them. And Brittany was like, yo, bro, I don't want to be involved in your foolishness. Because why would you walk up to two women and be like, what engagement ring you want? Because if you're the one to propose to one of them, imagine breaking a woman's heart to make her pick out a ring to not propose to her.
Right.
That is
wasting
next
her
level.
time.
That's next level. And he still went around and pretty much Brittany didn't want to do it. He kind of coaxed her into doing it. Like, so like, I think you would like this or that.
She's like, yeah. And
she didn't really want to like,
no, I would actually like that. Like,
I don't like Brittany, honestly. But in that moment, I felt bad for her. I felt bad for her.
Yep. So that episode ends with Leo going to speak to Hannah, and he's telling her, no, she's telling him that she wants to continue things with Nick. And then he starts to go into a frenzy, and he's like, whoa, no, don't do it. Tell me it's not real. Tell me it's not true.
Tell me it's not over between us.
Yeah.
He's
very
like,
weird.
He's like, is the only reason you cutting me off is because I had another girl? Because you had another dude, so I didn't know. Like, and he's just copping a clean out. He's trying to flip it and trying to like gaslight her into for why she made that decision. And then he just was like, yo, if I marry right now, like, he's like, is it too late? Is it too late? It's like, if I marry right now, what you gonna say? And then it fades to black. I'm just like, this is toxic.
Wasting our time.
This is toxic.
Leo, as hell.
Leo, I thought you was
about to see what's gonna happen.
I thought you was a cool dude, Leo, but you.
We didn't think he was a cool dude.
I thought he was gonna be a calm dude. I didn't think he was gonna be the trouble of the season.
We thought he was gonna be boring, but clearly he's not boring.
But I didn't think he was gonna be the trouble of the whole season. He didn't look like trouble.
But clearly he is. That's what happens when you got money.
True.
And you're young.
True.
Yeah.
Trouble.
All right, so that's the end of that episode. So that is all for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And what else they got to do? In the comments below, drop your thoughts on the episode and everything we had to say and everything we saw so far. Remember, it's a spoiler-free zone. Please. Stick to the episode. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, follow us on X at the Binge Box Pod. We'll catch you in the next one. Happy binging. Happy binging.